All right, so if you grow up rich, good for you. You don't know what debt is, but for the rest of us, debt is a pretty real part of our everyday life. You want something, we can't afford it, but we need it, you got to borrow it. And that's where debt comes up. That's where it can get out of control. And that's where sometimes it has to be managed or reworked. And that's where today's video sponsor, Upstart, is here to help. Upstart is the fast and easy way to get a personal loan to pay off your debt all online. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment. Upstart finds smarter rates with trusted partners because they assess more than just your credit score. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate upfront for loans from $1,000 to $50,000. You can get approved the same day, and you can receive funds as fast as one business day. To find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments or get you that loan you need, visit upstart.com/SSR. I put a link right below in the description. Make sure you click on that so they know we sent you over there. That's upstart.com/SSR. Loan amounts are based off of your credit, income, and certain other factors that you put in your application. So visit upstart.com/SSR. What's up, everybody? Rob Ferretti here, just outside of Chicago, going up to Wisconsin to drive Road America. We got some cool cars, and I'm looking forward to driving a GT2 RS around the track. Modified GT2 RS around Road America. I'm looking forward to that. But to get up there, I had to get something cool. So I went on Turo and I scooped up this bad boy, which in my quest for finding a daily driver, I go through these phases where I'm like, you know, I've always had a thing for the S2000. I have an NSX, the S2000. A lot of people seem to get both of them. And I was like, let me try it out because it's going to keep its value, right? It's going to stay, they were 15 grand when I was looking, but it's going to stay 15 grand. It's never going to go down in value. So effectively, I get a free car, which is reliable. The question is if I'm going to like it or not. And this one I rented on Turo. It's a, I don't know what year it is, but it's a 66,000 mile car. This is out of Chicago, Turo. And I'm going to say it looks cool, right? The car looks solid. It's very clean. 66,000 miles is not a lot to have on one of these cars. It's rocking the Sumitomos. But I told the dude, I'm like, I'm not going to take it on the track. I'm bringing it up to the track in case you have GPS, but it's not going around. But I have no intention of doing that to the guy because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. But those are new Sumitomos. Plenty of life left on these things. The only damage I see on the car is this little paint swatch missing. And a couple of scratches here on the trunk. But not bad. I've got my podcast partner, Tiara, in the car. She's coming along for the track. Give a little wave. A wave. There's a little wave. And we'll give you some impressions on this in a little bit. I'm excited to drive it. Granted, I pulled it across the parking lot, but I'm excited to drive it and show you guys what my thoughts are. Because at the end of this day and a half, I'm either going to buy one or hate it. So I don't think there's going to be an in-between. I don't think there's going to be like I like it, but I'm not sure about it. I think it's going to be I love it and I'm buying one, or I hate it and I'm not. So we'll find out. What does it cost to rent? It was about $200 a day after Turo's fees and everything like that. I think the guy was charging like $138 a day, but I think I paid about $400 for the 2 days. They charge for 2 days. I'm only going to be here for a day and a half. And now let's check out inside and we'll let Tiara give her thoughts.
What?
That's all we get. That's why she's not on camera.
Oh, wait. Hey. I don't know what to say. I'm working. I'm busy. Somebody's got to work.
It's not me. All right, initial impression, slow, very slow. This is full throttle. It's like watching my blood pressure go up. Yeah, that's full throttle in 6th gear, which shouldn't be the case. I mean, I'm not asking for much. Everyone's like, oh, it's such a great car. It's so well balanced, etc., etc. But to accelerate that slowly sort of sucks. And then it's going to gear out too quickly. In 6th gear, I'm at 5,000 RPM at 95 miles an hour. That doesn't leave a lot of that rev range left to keep it moving. And the amount of time it takes to accelerate, I'm going to need a hell of a lot of road to hit the top speed, which they say is 149. I don't know. And like, It's a little bit of a rattle box, and I just think that's the car. And you have to realize that this is probably a $25,000 or $30,000 car new. So stuff like that happens. Look at that trailer. Somebody probably recognizes that. It's cool. Does this feel cheap to you?
Doesn't feel cheap. I don't know. I mean, it's a good car for where it is. Are you doing what? No, it is.
It feels a little cheap.
It is.
Compare it to the NSX. Does it feel?
I just don't like the seats.
Oh, the seats suck. All right, let's give you a list of stuff we don't like. And one is the foot area.
Oh, it's on my side.
No, I get the bar on this side too.
Oh.
There's like a bar on
Sorry,
the
there's,
floor.
like, stuff everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Rob,
stuff everywhere
this is Rob.
because there's no storage in this
Rob,
thing. There's the bar.
This thing.
And that bar's annoying because you don't know whether to put your foot on it or like wonder why it's there. Probably structural support, but it could have been anywhere else that's not there. The steering thing, that's annoying. And it's got a really nice shifter. I'll be honest. It's got a nice
The
clutch,
gearbox is good.
nice shifter. She drove it as
Gearbox
well.
is good.
Gearbox is solid, but the underlying issues with the car, the seats are terrible. Like, I've been in this car now for an hour and my back sucks. Her back sucks to begin with.
Tell me about it.
And these seats are just not comfortable. With such a small cockpit, like, it really does feel much smaller inside than the NSX. You also want somewhere to be able to rest your arm. Me, I go for the door, which down there, you see the little indent from people's elbows. It's incredibly uncomfortable. Like, the seats are uncomfortable. Like, I can't get comfortable in this thing for more than sort of like cruising around town. It just, I don't know. That's a big deal to me. If I can't like have somewhere to put my limbs while I'm driving, it becomes very not pleasant to be in. All right. The only thing that feels right about this car is when I pull up to this little like Nopi Nationals here, and these guys are raging down the highway, and I realize just how slow the S2000 is because all of these cars are significantly faster than this one. We've got the Civic. The new Civic Type S, of course, is going to be faster. Type R, whatever. Oh, we racing again? Hold on, we're racing again. Nah, look at these vanity plates.
Why you hurt? No, nah.
Here we go. I'm flat out, and they're walking. Even with VTEC kicking in, we're not going anywhere.
They're gone.
They're gone. They're in another time zone. They're in Indiana by now. I smell it, yeah, I smell it. Look, there's a little Civic Type R. So, like, that's the only thing that... I don't know.
I want to know which car is on.
Probably the black one.
Or maybe it's the Type R.
Oh, look at the big front mount on this thing. No wonder, they're all modified. We're in a stock S2000. We can't compete. Is he going to pass me on the right? Here we go. You know what though? If that's what I look like, I'm okay not being in that little subculture. But I've never really fit in with the Honda Acura racing and highway crowd until just now. So at least I've gotten that out of my rental. See, something I don't understand is why premium unleaded fuel only, because that says it right here. But it's so slow. It makes about as much horsepower as a lawnmower. It's a 4-cylinder engine, and I mean, granted, it's got a small tank, but $4.55 a gallon. Come on, Chicago. That's up there. It's a place across the street. Yeah, same thing. $4.50 a gallon over there. Wow. But luckily, and this is a fast tank. I like it. I got half a tank, so it should take about 5 or 6 gallons. So that's a problem. Small tanks, I'm never a fan of small tanks. I'll always take range over cost to fill up. But I guess when you want to keep the weight down a little bit, it is what it is. But at least the NSX takes like 18 gallons. No receipt. All right, let me go carry on. All right, so now that I've had some seat time in this thing, I can tell you the answer is no. I would never buy one of these things. It's a cool cruiser. Like it's a decent car to like bomb around town in, but it's so slow. I will never be able to get over that. The gearbox is nice, but I can never get past the fact that it's just flat the whole way through. The NSX is at least fun and slow. It's legitimately painstakingly slow. The things that I don't like about it, I don't like this dash is dated now to me. I don't think I'd be able to get used to it. And I just don't like the way that the revs, I thought I was in 4th gear, I'm actually in 6th. I don't like the way that even at like highway speed, this thing is revving out so much. It's just not me. The leg room in here in the cockpit is terrible. It's not very comfortable to be in. It's a little bit squeaky and loud. There's just a lot of, the seats are uncomfortable. All of these things that like a diehard Honda guy is gonna be like, what, are you kidding me? I would expect a Honda to have comfortable seats, especially if you're on a little bit of a road trip or something like that. These are very uncomfortable. The bar by your feet, terrible. I was at Road America yesterday and I didn't even want to drive it at the track. Like even if it was like, oh, you know, let me just take it for a bomb around lap, I would just be in everybody's way. And that's sort of one of those things that I don't appreciate the lack of performance in this car. It looks cool with the top down. I did have the top down a little bit. It's pretty easy to operate, one button. It doesn't really stow away though. It just, I don't know, this is not a car for me. The air conditioning controls are fine. The radio sucks, but he's got a little Bluetooth dongle in here. This shaking stick shift bothers me. There's so many little things that are just deal breakers that I wouldn't even bother. I wouldn't bother buying one. I did have a pretty unique interest in this car for a while, and that has since disappeared, just like this guy's actual tire. And it's actually, his bumper is flapping off because the tire probably exploded. But at the end of the day, this is not the car for me. I'm happy I rented it because now I know I definitely don't want it. If you're not happy with a car inside a day or two, then you're never going to be happy with it long term. The cool thing is that they keep their value, but to me, it's not for me. All right, that's all I got. See you next time. Rob Freddy signing off. Tiara Van Nortwick. Oh, I'm sorry. Tiara Brianna. I don't give her name.
Yeah, whatever.
Leave her alone, creeps. Toodles. See ya. All right, thanks for watching the whole video. You know my other company, Adventure Drives. Well, we've got 3 drives coming up this year. We're doing a DC to Nashville drive through Tail of the Dragon, through the Smoky Mountains, drinking some moonshine. That's going to be a great time. That's in the end of April. Interested in something longer? Well, we're going to go to France and Spain for our European drive this summer. That's going to be in the first week of August. And Scotland, which you've heard so much about, will again be this coming October. So check them out, adventuredrives.com. There's a link below in the description.